Hey guys, welcome back to Barroom Aquatics. So, let me explain how I shoot my videos first before we get into this. So I shoot the fish tanks first, I record them, take a look, see what's going on, and then I do the talky part, so this way I have an idea of what I'm talking about before I shoot the video in case there's anything that I need to adjust or say or change or whatnot. With that said, there's going to be a few things that I'm going to say now that are not going to make sense when you watch the video of the fish tanks. And one of those is I'm actually going to be splitting up majority of those fish tanks into one fish tank. So what I did is I got this lovely, sorry for this, dragging, lovely 20-gallon fish tank. I made these little dividers, and I made them to the point where I don't believe any of the guppies will get through. As you can see, the meshes are pretty fine. They're all interwoven and they crisscross each other, and they're not going to let any of the fish through. With that said, well, any of the bigger fish, I'm sure the fry will get through. With that said, I'm going to set these up like this. This is a 20-gallon long. I'm going to have, each one is going to have its own individual filter. This way it's got extra filtration and plants galore. And going to have one here, one here, one here, and one here. We're going to use the 3 breeding groups that I've got right now and just split them up between these 3. And over here, I'm most likely going to have the boys in here. This will actually cut down on the amount of water changes I need to do. Instead of doing 12, water changes, well, right now it's like 7. Instead of doing that many water changes, I'll have to do 1 large water change. I also want to see how this works, and if this works, I'll eventually end up doing the exact same thing for when the fry get bigger, and this way I'll have the divider put in there, and probably use like some mosquito mesh, so this way they can't pass over to one side or the other, and have a 10-gallon setup where it's the males and the females from one group, and they'll all be in one tank with the divider directly in between. Now, if you notice, this moves around a little bit. I'm going to be doing what everybody else does and get those binders, those little project binders that you put on projects or whatnot, and put them on the end to give it a little more stability. This has a little give, so this way it doesn't crack into the glass or cause the glass to move in any way, shape, or whatever. But yeah, we're going to have 4 tanks in one. And as you see, with sides, this one right here, whenever I move them, they really don't move too much. There I go, lied. But for the most part, they stay in place, they don't move too much, which is absolutely fine. And that's at a full angle and it didn't even fall over. Neither of them did. So they will be more than enough for guppies. Guppies will not knock these over, and at no point in time is anyone going to be picking up the full tank filled with fish and water and doing that. Alright, so what's going on? Our yellows that were mixed with the Tequila Sunrise guppy have had some fry. The first one out of the twins, I pulled all the fry out because I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, and put them inside a Cheetos container originally it was, and now they're just hanging out there. What's going to happen is I'm going to take those, the other 2 breeding pairs and the boys tank, and combine them all into the 20-gallon, and I'm going to put all the fry that I've recently acquired from, the 2 motherfish, and put them in the 5-gallon that's in that room. This way they're hanging out there. They're going to be hanging out with the shrimp as well. Shouldn't cause too much of an issue, and there's a lot of plants inside that fish tank, so that's going to work out really well. Alright, haven't sold anything, haven't made any money, still doing what we're doing, and we're going to go from here and continue. So, from what I understand, the first time I'll be able to sell a fish is going to be 4 to 5 months after, they're born. So the fry that were born just recently were all born on the 1st, so that works out really well. 4 to 5 months on the 1st. February, March, April, May, June. So around June, July, when no one's ever buying fish, would be the first time I'd be able to sell fry. And we'll go from there. Let's take a look at the fish. Thanks. Here we have the boys tank. This one's actually looking really nice. I'm starting to like the way he looks. He's clearly a mutt, but he's got some nice coloring. These are the shrimp. As you can see, not much has changed. They're still hanging out, doing their shrimpy things. The guppy grass has actually grown relatively nice, and so has the Java moss. Here's the first breeding tank. There we go. Sorry, I had to get that glare out of there. As you can see, the ladies have already dropped their first batch of fry, and now they're back in here to hopefully get another batch in them. Now, we're going to open up the top and look down to see if we can see. There we go. There's one little fry darting out. See if I can see any others in here. There's another one right there, hiding behind that little leaf plant. There we go. There's another one. So there's a total of 6 of them hiding in here. And then I have 6 more inside another container. Now I have to feed these guys because, you know, they always seem to be a little bit hungry, and I'm okay with that. Here's the first batch of fry. I put them inside this little container to hold them off to the side because I decided, you know, first fries I saw, I was like, cool, let me grab them and put them over here so this way they're safe. But I've decided against this. From now on, I'll most likely be letting the fry spawn inside the tank and going from there. We'll see what happens. Now here's the other tank that I set up for breeding. There's one of the females. There's our male and female from the previous group that we got. There he is. He really looks nice. I do like him. And then there's the half black female wiggling around. The guppy grass didn't do so well in here. It's still alive, it's still growing, but the Java moss did really, really well. It's all over that place. It's taken up really well. Now, with the shrimp not having done so well in the other tank, and a few of them, and I've only got 5 of them, and a few of them passed away, I actually reached out to a few people in my local club, and I asked if anybody had any shrimp that they'd be willing to part with, and to that we got a yes. And now I have these guys getting acclimated to this tank. We're going to be moving them in here. There seems to be about 10 of them. 2 of them definitely are gravid. Probably more, and we'll see what we get. They will be in this tank in a little while. We're just gonna let them get used to the temperature, add a little bit more fish tank water in there, and get them used to that as well. Alright. And the tank with the filter that's way too big for it has these lovely 2. She's got a little blue in her tail. I never noticed that until right now. And then my yellow. I really can't wait to see what these 2 produce. He's my favorite, and she's actually my favorite as well. Out of the fish I have, these 2 are actually my favorites. So I'm really excited to see what they produce, if anything at all. They've been here together since the 1st, so it's only been a few days, and there he goes showboating. Alright. Alright guys, that was it. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. We're really close to 10 subscribers, so if you could get just 1, 2 more people to subscribe, I'd be really happy. If you want to make a fake account and, you know, help a brother out. Alright, see you guys on the next one.